honestly, with the little amount of time we have. But we're going to try and do our best and cover some of it, and you know, really understand how this system is rigged against us, how this system is rigged against you and me and the people that are standing here that should have their voices heard. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's begin with the fucking superdelegate system.
Yes, sir.
The superdelegate system, we all know, is simply designed so the establishment can have their thumb on the scale. Without that system, Bernie Sanders would have won this nomination, all right? Because some people point to the pledged delegates, but without them saying that Hillary was crushing Bernie through the entire year, then you would have had a lot more pledged delegates for Bernie Sanders, the super delegates right there. But I want to let Greg talk for a few minutes on the purging of the voter rolls. A lot of you probably stood in line and weren't allowed to fucking vote. So there's no man who knows more about it than right here, Greg Palast.
Okay, what I want to tell you, I've just moved to California where my name was removed from the voter rolls, which is unusual because you have all these young progressive people in California, and something very strange happened on June 6th. Young white progressive voters were treated as if they had turned black. And there were 8 million people who voted in California, and the networks called it for Hillary Clinton, while there were 1,970,000 votes still left to be counted, nearly 2 million votes left to be counted, but they said Hillary Clinton won by 400,000 votes. So how does that happen? And so I know that repeating this, I'll still get another attack from the Washington Post. But what I want to tell you now, for all those Hillary people, because I'm not endorsing any candidate, Bernie or Ernie or anyone who eats cookies, what I want to tell you is that while Hillary may have been happy about the non-count in California and about the non-count in New York, may have been happy about those things, they are going to use those things to steal it from Hillary Rodham Clinton. And I want you, tomorrow night, I'm previewing my film. It's a sneak preview. No one knew about this till like now. The best democracy money can buy, A Tale of Billionaires and Ballot Bandits. I'm on the hunt to tell you how they're going to steal the election in November. It's a crime, it's a heist that is going on. We're in the middle of the crime right now, and I'm going to have help from detectives Ice-T and Richard Belzer, Shailene Woodley, the Great Spirit, and Rosario Dawson, and several others will be helping me tomorrow. So be here at 8:30 for that film. But right now, I want you to watch this, because this is the new trick that they're going to use to steal it in November. So Hillary, if you're happy about how it went, get ready. Can you show that film now? Can you show that film now? Watch, imagine, see, I do this and the film comes out. Can you turn on that film now? Guys in the truck. Okay, we'll pay the overtime. Could you turn on the film now?
Silverman soda!
All right. This is a list I'm not supposed to have, and you're not supposed to see. It's a list of 7,200,000 voters. Maybe you're on the list. If your name's on this secret list, your ballot can get canceled. Legally, this is no joke. Why? Because you've been accused of voting twice. Who in the world would be so devious, so slithery and deceitful that they would accuse millions of Americans of committing the felony crime of voting many times?
This voting system is out of control. You have people, in my opinion, that are voting many, many times.
Voting many times, Donald? You claim millions of Americans commit voter fraud. That's how they plan to steal this election. How do I know? How do I get these lists? I'm Greg Palast. I'm an investigative reporter. Back in 2000, I was working for BBC Television, and I uncovered a list of 56,000 black men and women who were scrubbed off the voter rolls of Florida. That list stole the presidency for George W. Bush. Now, in 2016, I've uncovered a list that's bigger, that's nastier, and that stinks of the worst Jim Crow trickery. The trick is called cross-check, and it's ethnically cleansing the voter rolls of 29 states, mostly controlled by Republicans, including the swing states of Ohio and North Carolina. They simply find a voter has your first and your last name. Then you and the other Maria Hernandez both lose your votes, even if your middle names are different. Even if you're father and son, they're going to take away your vote. So how would cross-check steal an election? Well, check out the names on the list. Hernandez, Wong, and nearly 250,000 Jacksons. In other words, voters of color. In the swing state of Virginia, they've already removed the voting rights of 41,000 Americans accused of the crime of voting twice. Yet they haven't arrested one. In 1965, Martin Luther King and a courageous few gave their blood to win the Voting Rights Act. Then, in 2013, the act was gutted. The result? Cross-check. When cross-check rolls out to the other states, 1 million of you will lose your right to vote this November. That means more than swiping the White House. It means swiping control of the House and Senate. That's their real goal. Want to know who's behind this ugly business? A small circle of men who believe their billions are worth more than your ballot. Black votes matter. Asian votes matter. Latino votes matter. Native American votes matter. But not to these guys. With this cross-check list, they're going to take us back 50 years to the time when your right to vote was determined by the color of your skin. This is lynching by laptop. But instead of white sheets, they're using spreadsheets. Let's expose it. Then we can stop it.